Greetings and salutations from central Louisiana, just a few miles west of Dry Prong. Today is the day I was pulling the head off of this John Deere B 1946 vintage, and I am not overly happy with what I found. As I've said earlier, the cylinders, the pistons are not seized, so that's good. There is a lot of corrosion in the left-hand cylinder. Evidently there was some water came in through the exhaust pipe and all at some point in time, a long while back. But anyway, I'm just finding all the abuses or misfiguring it other people have done, so we're working forward to see what we can do. Okay, well, I had to do what I didn't want to do, is cut a section out of the hose so I could get this. I had to cut that section of this hose out so I can move this tube, this lower cooling tube, forward. And when I did, I looked and seen, and there is a nice buildup of rusty sludge in there. I have a feeling I had seen some up top. So far I don't think the radiator core is plugged or anything, but I do think I'm going to have to flush the system with vinegar once I get fluid back in it. So unless somebody's got a better suggestion, that's where I'm going. Alrighty. Looking down the lower cooling tube, it has a good bit of sediment in it I'll have to blow out. It looks like water has sat there, if you see the water line there at the top, for a while, which is probably what led up to the block cracking. They had this much water in there, up at least to the bottom of the radiator, and whenever it cracked, the block cracked, all this drained out. Of course, this was still damp in here, so I don't know what to think about it. I'll have to keep evaluating as I disassemble down. Some would say I should show you how I got to this point, but there's the tools of a trade right there, as well as a crowbar, and it is not coming fast. It was alternating from side to side to get to this point, and I've still got a ways to go. I've still got some stud length for this to rest on. Once I get it out closer to the end, I'm going to attach the leveling bar to it and bring the lift over here so it doesn't fall on the floor on me. Moving on as we go, it is coming off here slowly but surely. I guess if I was a good videographer, I would have it set up on a tripod and me moving back and forth, letting y'all see it as I went back and forth working it off. But needless to say, I started with the screwdrivers in the gasket area to start it moving, and then I kept wedging back and forth between them to get enough space that I could put the crowbar in there, and that's where I've been working it from now. I'm just about to the point I'm going to put the lift on it for a sling, although it will not fall out. If it falls, it will fall in between the rails here and wedge because of the way the head's made. But I still want to be able to get it up and out of there without too much grief. On a positive note, nothing is froze. It's seized, but there's a lot of corrosion buildup. It needs to be dug out and cleaned out and buffed out. I'm in hopes that the cylinders are in good shape, and the pistons, everything's free. Just don't know what the shape of the rings and all is. I really had not planned on taking the block off, but it may be next. Who knows? We'll see. Quick video before I lose all batteries. You can see where I'm at with this one. This valve is corroded pretty bad. It must have been opened. I had seen the evidence. It looked like there had been some water come into this particular unit from the exhaust, so that must be the exhaust valve, and that must have been part of the issue here. The left-hand cylinder shows worst of the corrosion in there. The right-hand cylinder shows normal buildup of carbon and all. I don't know what I'm going to do. Not sure at this stage. I'm still evaluating. I'm most likely going to have to pull the block and those 2 cylinders and hone the cylinders, make sure they're good and clean. Clean up the pistons, check the rings, get new rings if necessary, and then reassemble. I have found out that this tubing here, it should be a pipe that comes through and came through the block to a washer fitting which fed the tappet oiling arrangement. I have found parts for that, and they are on the way. So as I dig deeper and deeper, I find more and more fun things, and it's just like a normal. You never know what you're going to find till you open one up. Have a great day.